I'm Janet, Try It Like It, Create It, and I have a new product from Sizzix that was just released in, I believe it was June, but this is from Creativation, and this was a project we were working on. I did not finish mine, but I did bring home the pieces, and I just went ahead and put the ring in place to show you how this kind of holds together. And so what I have here are these large tags. All right, now the dies come to make the tags. You can also make this little piece here that secures or enhances that opening. You can make a pocket, and notice how the top has this kind of cut piece while this one has a rounded piece. All right. The other thing with this die is that you can, I don't know if you can see it on the black here, but it is scored in two places. So you can make a flat pocket, or if you have something thick going in there and you want to add some dimension to it, like I have with this one here, then you can fold it like so. It's gotten a little squashed in bringing it home in my suitcase, but it makes a depth to the pocket. And so, then also notice here at the bottom, we've got tabs, all right, 3 different tabs. And as I flip through this, you'll notice that we have some with this edge that is cut. This is all the same die that has a changeable bottom to it. I'll show you how that works in just a minute. So here's the tab, and here's another kind of rough edge. Another tab that's in the center, and then, oh, this one I didn't get into the hook, but this would be the backing one, and I actually would probably maybe even glue it down a little bit. That's how I was holding it, so that it hangs down as the bottom piece there. All right, so let me show you how this works. So I've got the pocket die out, and this is the die. You'll notice there's a piece missing here, but you'll also notice that it has this little puzzle piece. All right, so if I grab one of these pieces that comes with the kit, you see there's all these straight pieces over here. All right, so this one, if I grab this one and I set it in there like so, all right, now I can die cut that pocket, and it will come out like this. All right. Now, if I wanted the one with the V shape, I take this piece and I fit it in there. And that's the wrong one. There's 2 of them in here. I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, here's this V. There, that V, and that makes this pocket. All right, now you'll see that there's this inset piece, all right, that's just a little bit smaller, right? How that happens is with this piece here, you can see it's just a little bit smaller. It doesn't fit in this die, all right? It's just a hair smaller, but it's going to give us that insert. So if I take this piece that comes in here and I look at the 2 pieces and I find the smaller one, I can inset that here. Wrong one. I think it's the wrong one. There we go. All right, inset it there. Oops. And go to cut, and I'm going to get this inset piece here, and it's just going to be a bit smaller than the pocket version. All right, so that's what's here. So you're going to get 2 of the angle, 2 of the circle, or half a circle, 2 of a curve. Now look, with the curve, you can go this way or this way with all of these. I mean, if you wanted this to be a mountain instead of a valley, you can do that. Let's say you just want a pocket, right? A rectangular piece. Well, you've got that piece and it will just cut a straight line for you. All right, so you've got all these options to make your pocket. All right, and then I will move on to the next piece, and let me put this away and then pull out the next set. All right, so this is the tag set that I have laying out here, and you'll see that I don't think I have an example of a layered tag, but you'll see here that you get two shapes, all right? And one, if I line up the holes, can you see here that one is a little bit smaller than the other one, so it could be an inset, all right, or layered, like we did with the pockets, all right? So I'm just gonna move the big one away so that we can see what's going on here. Now, you're gonna get two of each for the bottom, right? Because you've got the larger one and the smaller one. So what we've got here is a straight line. We've got a wavy line. I don't think I had any with the wavy line on it, but there's the wavy. And then we had the one that had the cut, all right? The kind of jagged end. Now let me move these out of the way so I can show you. Now we want the smaller one. I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see. All right, so now if I put this piece on here like so, you can see the size that the tag is going to be, and how it cuts is, I'll take a look here. So something similar to this, right? But what if I flip this around? I don't remember which way I had it, but let's say I flip this around and plug it in like so. All right, can you see how now my piece is shorter? All right, so I've got, here, let me grab this one. All right, so here, this is exactly that bottom piece, but it's the larger tag, of course. All right, so you can make it shorter, flipping the bottom this way, or you can make it longer by flipping it this way. All right, and it will cut and give you a different or a staggered depth, let's say. If you want to reinforce your top, you have all of these options over here, all right? So we've got some fun shapes for reinforcers, and then we've got the two that fold over the top, all right, in two different sizes, right? Because look at the difference here of where the holes are, all right? So it's really, it depends on the depth of where that hole is on your tag, all right? So you can see the bigger one would fit on here, but the smaller one, if I line it up, the fold is not in the right place, so it would not fit on this one, all right? But it would fit for this one, all right? Because that fold is going to happen right, I don't know if I was in camera, sorry, that fold is going to happen right there where that is. So we've got two of those to fit whichever tag piece we're using, and then we've got the two bottoms to go on whichever tag piece we're using. The other thing we have are these photo corners, all right? So if you wanted to put a photo on your tag, but you didn't want to glue it in place, you've got these that can do the corners, all right? And then you have these that can do tabs, all right? So I think I have, I don't know if I have all of the pieces here. Let me see if I can pull one out. Okay, I know I have this. All right, so here is what the tab looks like, and it's got a little score to it, and if I fold it, now you can see how I can put that and make a tab like so, or I could put it at the bottom of a straight line, right, and go like that. So lots of flexibility with this. The other thing that I have here, my die is, you want to be careful with your pieces, all right, that because they're not, secure, and they snap in place like so, you don't want them to bend. All right, so just be careful that you don't bend these singular pieces. Now, each one is marked. It's hard to see if you can't see small writing, but this one says Sizzix with a bunch of numbers, C 4.5. All right, and then this one says 5-inch. So it's a 4.5, and then that's a 5. And if I turn this tag over, I bet it says on here that this is the 4.5. All right, and let's see if these are marked as well. So this one says C, but which coordinates with the C of this tag, but it doesn't say the 4.5, obviously. So that's this set. All right, now there's one more. So let me set that up and come back and show you the pieces. All right, so here is the last set. And what you'll see here are the tabs. All right, and we saw that right here, right? We saw this one, the center one, and then this one. All right. Now, yes, you could cut your paper or flip your paper over and get the tabs in their positions. All right. You'll notice here that we've got a variety of them. All right. And which ones go where and which ones go together. So what you have here is a positioning of all these different tabs, and then you've got this straight one. So now if I flip these over, let's see what this says. It says D, 5-inch, 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 and 5-inch. So now this set, you remember with our tags, right? We had the large tag that was 5-inch, and so these tabs will all fit on the bottom of that large tab, or excuse me, of the large tag. And you'll notice how they're stacked. Okay, so if I put them, these little extra pieces come with it. If I put these in order, all right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so you see how the tabs stagger. All right, do I have that in camera? And then you also have a flat bottom. So if you wanted a flat bottom tag, you could use this. What I have up here are these little pieces that are extra. So you've got 2 hearts, and then you've got these 3 little hearts, and then you've got these that can be used for tags or wording or stamping or what have you, but you've got some extra little pieces. All right, now let's slide over to this side. What do we have? We have some rectangles. So you want to cut a rectangle with a curved center. You've got that with the outer die. Okay, I can't get this one to come up. Okay, there we go. There, so that's that die right there. You want something to inset. You've got this that fits in there. All right. You also have this die that does the stitch. All right, but notice it doesn't have the inside, right? How do you get the inside? See how that fits in there? And then that's going to give you this piece as well. All right, so you'll just have an extra cut from that. So if you put these two together, I mean, these are just so interchangeable, and you really just have to play with them to see what you're going to get, right? But let's say we center those together, what looks good, and you're also going to then probably tape it with some washi tape, but what you're going to get is that piece right there, this piece right here, and then you're going to get that centerpiece as well. And if you want another sized centerpiece, You can see you've got even smaller for that. All right, so that's how the rectangles all go together. Then you've got this piece. All right, this is a bar that is holding it in place, and I don't think you're going to get, you might get a score line from it. I don't have an example of it. We'll have to give it a try and see. But once again, you have this kind of puzzle piece at the end. So if you want a straight line at the bottom and you want to cut this piece like so, there you go. You've got a large rectangle. You want to make file cards. Oh, I know what these are. These are folders. So if you want to now make a folder, all right, this is going to fit in there like so. It's going to give you a tab. It's going to score here but not cut, all right? So then you can fold this over and make a pocket, okay, or a file folder. Or if you want, you could do a journal, right? You could cut these out, right? Let's say this goes on here, all right? So now those are the same size. You've got a score down the middle, so now you've got a journal page, all right? If you don't want the tabs, but you want this kind of an edge on one, those will fit on here. The ones that fit on the larger tag will fit on this side here. You'll get a straight edge over here, well, curved corners, but then you can do a jagged edge here if you want. All right. So you have the flexibility of doing so many different cuts. And then also the other thing you can do is that using these pieces is, let's say you've cut your tag, all right, and then you've cut your bottom piece off. You can keep these and use them. So I don't know that I'm going to figure out where this fits together, but yeah, here, just show you on this one. All right, so that is that piece right there. All right, so now I have this decorative piece that I could use if I want on, I don't have a flat tag, but let's say if I did have a flat tag, I could just take a flat piece here, a piece of cardstock here. I can just put this on as a decorative element down the side, on the bottom, wherever you want. It will also fit on these pages, on these pockets, if you want. You could cut it at an angle, and so then when you go to put it on your piece, you can have an angle, or you could put it on your piece. Let me get to one here that's got, all right, like this, right? I could glue it down and give an extra little edge to it. All right, you'll see this actually fits this piece right here. But I can glue it on and get a layered look. I could even put on another one, right, and get multi-layers. I can take these and put them on other projects. What if I want it for a card or a tag that's a different size than these? I can use these elements in multiple ways. They don't have to go just on these large tags. So you've got this flexibility and this function that is adjustable in so many different ways. And even these pieces here, they don't have to go on these large pieces. You can cut these out and use them in your card making, in your junk journals, in your scrapbooking. It's giving you the ability to do windows. What if, I mean, I have these in black right now because that's what they gave us, but what if you did these in different colors? You can layer or inset a different color here to make your image look interesting. You can use it this way. You can use it this way. Entirely up to you. If you don't want the center to cut out at all, and you just want this stitched piece without that cut out, you can do that too. And use this just as a rectangle with a stitch around it. So lots of flexibility. I'm sorry I don't have the packaging for these because it wasn't ready when they gave it to us at Creativation. I will try to grab it from their website, and I will definitely share the links for you getting these. They are 3 separate sets. So thanks to Sizzix for giving them to us and showing us how they work. This is the envelopes that we got that they came in, and then they had cut all of these tags and pieces for us to put together to show us how the dies worked, so that we didn't have to do all the die cutting in our class. We could just do the creating. So yeah, lots of flexibility here for you to play with. Hope you enjoyed seeing how these all work, and that you're interested in them. I think that this kind of puzzle piece or fitting together piece is a function that we're going to end up seeing in a lot of other products from Sizzix, I hope, anyway, because this just makes your dies so much more flexible, and you can create so many different things with this concept.